What are the advantages of starting a business in the US as a non-US resident? Most foreigners are familiar with the United States of America, but many of them don't know that it's easy to start and maintain a business in the United States with the potential benefits of structuring a tax-free US company. Because starting a business in the United States offers so many advantages, we are advocating that the US should be your first choice of country to register your company. If you want to start an online business to sell your products or services, you should seriously consider the US as a country to register your company instead of other options like Singapore, the UK, and Hong Kong. You should do this not only because it's easy and you can do it right from your couch without traveling, but also for the benefits we will outline in the next few minutes. In this video, we will explain the 9 benefits of doing business online as a US company and why you should consider it as your first option when starting a new online business. What's up guys, this is Josh from startfleet.io. We help entrepreneurs around the globe to start and run their online businesses from anywhere in the world. If this is your first time here, you've missed some of our earlier useful videos, but it's never too late. Just click that subscribe button and like the video to be notified of new tips and tricks for building a cross-border online business as a global entrepreneur. And before we get into today's topic, we want to remind you that this video is for non-US residents only. And if you are a US citizen or resident, you can skip this video, but make sure to check out our other amazing videos. If you're wondering why a US company would make sense for you, well then, here are 9 powerful reasons why. Number 1, reputation. The United States of America is the biggest economy in the world. Companies based in the US are perceived as more reputable. If you use an offshore company registered in a tax haven like Seychelles or Bermuda Islands, your European clients might have trouble accepting your invoice or making financial transactions with you, as transactions with offshore companies are usually scrutinized very closely by European tax authorities. If you use a US company to issue invoices to your customers, then you won't have this problem. Customers won't think twice about accepting your invoice because the USA isn't generally known as a tax haven. Number 2, tax benefits. If you decide to register a US company, you will undoubtedly be concerned about taxes. The good news is that, contrary to popular belief, there's a way to structure your US company to be tax-free in the US with the LLC structure. If you've seen our video on how to start a tax-free US business with the US LLC structure, you know that you can start a tax-free online business with a US LLC structure if you do not have a physical presence in the US and do not have employees or agents in the US. This is true whether you offer services such as copywriting, consulting, software development, dropshipping, or SaaS, to name a few. Of course, there are some caveats, and I suggest that you watch this video after this one to be fully informed. Number 3, access to the US market. As we all know, the US consumer market is the largest and most lucrative on earth. The US has a GDP of $20 trillion and 325 million people with the highest household spending in the world, accounting for more than a quarter of global household consumption. With a US company, you have easy access and the ability to sell directly to the US market without middlemen. Not to mention that US consumers prefer to buy from a US company rather than a company based in another country. Number 4, access to capital. The US also has the most respected venture capitalist in the world. There are more VCs and deals in the investment sector here than in any other countries. If you have an exciting startup idea, it's best to start a company in the US and approach investors in the US. If you decide to go down this route, forming a Delaware C Corp instead of a US LLC is the only viable option. After all, most angel investors and venture capitalists only invest in Delaware corporations because investors are more familiar with Delaware corporations' laws. However, forming a C corporation would negate the tax advantage previously mentioned. Therefore, it's important to evaluate your situation and decide whether you should form a corporation or register an LLC. Number 5, great banking system. Don't get us wrong, the American banking system isn't perfect, but it has a lot of advantages. For example, banking fees are low. and the US dollar is a stable currency and is accepted virtually everywhere. Bank accounts in the US are insured up to $250,000 by the US government, higher than in most European and other first world countries. US banks also offer the most perks and bonuses for the US credit card holders when compared to credit cards offered by banks from other countries. Not to mention that you can easily buy and sell cryptocurrencies with US dollars and with a US bank account. Number 6. Payment processors and credit facilities. There's no shortage of payment processing options in the USA. Basically, all the ones you've heard of are readily available. You can use Stripe, Shopify Payments, PayPal, and even high-risk payment processors with your US LLC. One of the most popular payment processors for LLCs owned by non-US residents is Stripe. With a US LLC and Stripe, you can quickly start an online business even if Stripe is not available in your country. Even if your country supports Stripe, you should consider a US-based Stripe account, because a US-based Stripe account offers the fastest payout in just 2 business days. And if you are in urgent need of cash, you can even apply it for an instant payout, which will just take a 1% processing fee. A faster payout will inevitably allow you to improve your cash flow while running your online business. Compare this to a Stripe account from Brazil, which takes 30 days, and 7 days for a Stripe account from Singapore. And perhaps the most important feature that distinguishes a US-based Stripe account from other Stripe accounts in other countries is that you have access to Stripe Capital, the branch of Stripe that offers loans based on your past performance history. You can qualify for loans from Stripe even when you don't have a credit history, as long as you have a business registered in the US and have a steady stream of revenue for the past few months. Number 7. No VATs and GSTs. If you're an online business, you will inevitably need to market your products or services through paid advertising at some point in time, depending on your company growth. The good news is that if you're advertising with a company registered in Delaware or Wyoming, you do not have to pay sales tax, VAT, or GST for every dollar you advertise on Facebook, Google, or TikTok. In contrast, you pay 18% GST with an Indian company, 6% with a Chinese company, 7% with a Singaporean company, 23% with a UK company if you are not VAT registered. Because when you are not VAT registered in the UK, you can't do a reverse charge, and thus pay 23% on Ireland VAT rates. Number 8. Low setup and maintenance fees. Believe it or not, if you choose the right state, the US is among the few countries where registration and renewal are affordable. The process is quick and easy without having to be physically in the US. There is also no need for a lawyer, local director, or corporate secretary, for which you will have to pay high fees. The fee for filing an LLC in Wyoming, for example, is only $100. Compare that to Italy, where total fees can easily exceed €2,000. Finally, it's just as easy to dissolve a business as it is to incorporate. If your business is not doing well in the US, you can simply dissolve it. Closing your business can cost less than $100 in some states. Lastly, easy annual compliance. It's important to know that, as a business, some countries require you to spend a lot of time on annual compliance. Some countries even require you to have your books audited by a certified public accountant every year, no matter how small your business is. In some cases, you may even need a local director in the country, such as in Singapore. If you do not have anyone in the country, you will have to pay a few $1,000s a year just to have someone as a nominee director. Not to mention, this is even more difficult if you are registering a company in a country whose language you do not speak. Fortunately, if you register a US company in the US, everything is simple. It can be 100% foreign owned. And if you register a US LLC, all you have to do is pay the annual reporting fee, annual registered agent service, and file form 5472 if you have no federal tax liabilities. To structure a tax-free US company, please remember to watch our previous video mentioned on the screen, or you can find the link down below in the description. Now, we hope that we've convinced you by now. If you think there is another country that offers such great opportunities for online entrepreneurs or digital nomads like you, feel free to post them in the comments section below, and we could discuss the pros and cons with you. Overall, the US is the best option for any foreigner who wants to start an online business. The fees are low, the process is easy, there is a wide range of alternatives for payment processing, and the availability of capital is very high. Best of all, you can make it totally tax-free. Before we end our video, we recommend that you watch our other videos to learn more about this topic. If you're a foreigner who wants to start a US business with bank accounts and get access to Stripe and PayPal without setting foot in the US, visit our website startfleet.io or email us at hello@startfleet.io for more information. We'll get your US company up and running in no time. So that's it for today, folks. I hope this video answered your questions. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to be notified of all our future videos. We'll see you next time.